What's up, bro? Let me scared. Zoom in. Folks, good morning and thanks for joining us. All right, folks, so good morning and thanks for joining us. This is LNTV. My name is Anthony Williams and I'm here from the Temple of Justice who are being prosecuted for the Capitol building, alleged Capitol building arson attack. So we just saw the arrival of former Speaker Fonati Koffa, who has just arrived there at the Temple of Justice, and his colleague lawmaker Abu Benar Kamara to bring you up to speed as to the newest development involving the case involving the lawmakers or precisely the Capitol building as an attack. My colleague Fabin Kwea is here with me here at Criminal Court A now as far as this case is concerned, and she's going to bring us up to speed as to what is the new development involving the lawmakers or the Capitol building arson case. Fabin, can you bring us up to speed?
No, thank you, Anthony. What's happening this morning or maybe early afternoon hours, we will be at Criminal Court A, where the bond that was filed by Fonati Koffa and others have been challenged by state prosecutors. Okay. State prosecutors confirmed that the bond file did not meet a legal requirement consistent with law, and so the intent of that hearing is to let the judge set that bond aside and send them back to jail. So that hearing will commence at 12 this afternoon at Criminal Court A.
I almost got to that question about they being sent back to the Monrovia Central Prison. Does that mean if this hearing doesn't go their way, they're going to be sent right back where they came from?
It means that if the bond filed by them at the level of the magisterial court did not meet the legal requirements as contained by the state lawyers, they might, or the risk being going back to the Monrovia Central Prison.
Someone like me who isn't well informed about the law might want to ask, why was it granted in the first place if it didn't meet legal requirements?
A lot of people are raising eyebrows about that, what you said. Even I spoke to some lawyers this morning, and they said that issue about challenging the bond should have been done at the level of the magisterial court instead of Criminal Court A, because it has passed 3 days, as I said, prior to the ruling. So once it has been filed, it has been transferred rather at Criminal Court A. We're going to see this afternoon what sort of arguments prosecution will be putting forth, so as to the court will listen to both of them and decide on the matter. But whatever the case is, normally we don't speak for the court. We don't assume unless maybe if we witness the trial and listen to both sides' argument, and then finally if the judge comes out with a ruling, then we talk about it.
So I don't want to ask the question of whether they've got the jurisdiction, or the prosecuting arm have got the jurisdiction to challenge.
Of course,
that's what we're looking at.
Of course, there are government lawyers, there are state lawyers, and they are the ones prosecuting. So the burden of proof lies on the prosecution team until they can prove otherwise. So the burden of proof lies with those prosecuting. In this case, is the government or state lawyers, or we refer to them as prosecution. So the burden of proof lies with them. Okay. So they got all power,
Okay.
So at the level of the magisterial court for the preliminary hearing, it was Koffa's and his team that prayed for that, and that wasn't granted by the judge. Instead, the judge transferred the case to criminal court A because it's above the jurisdiction of the lower court, coupled with the charges that were levied against them. Most of them were criminal charges, and so criminal courts obviously have to take over the matter, and so that was transferred to criminal court A, where we are seeing them. And initially, you saw the former speaker disembarking from his vehicle and entering court A, while Abu Kamara is still outside since he's been there. So probably Dixon Sibu and others will have to join because the hearing is at 12 May Day.
Okay, speaking of time, I don't want to hold you, but just the other day we spoke to the Solicitor General himself, and at some point I thought we were waiting for the August term of court, to roll out this case or continue hearings into this case. But then the Solicitor General also did make a statement that they were kickstarting everything right away. Is this this hearing regarding the bond, does it relate to what he actually said regarding this starting right away?
All those are preliminary hearings before the actual case. You did hear the Solicitor General mention about an indictment.
Sure.
If they will go to the grand jury and have a true bill, and so if they have the indictment or if the indictment has been drawn against the lawmakers, obviously that indictment will be read to them in open court at criminal court A, where they will plead guilty or not guilty to the charges. And so once the indictment is being drawn, the case starts right there. But everything of this now is just preliminary.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, Fabi, I don't want to hold you. I think it's almost 12 or past 12. So, unless there's anything you want to say to the public regarding what we anticipate today before you leave, especially with the environment, the government lawyers, are they here already?
They are here already. They are here already, government lawyers. The court is a little bit back outside. You can see a lot of people standing for different reasons.
Sure.
So maybe some of them have their own cases here, or maybe some of them want to take advantage of that case to go and listen. So we will bring you all the happenings in and out of the court as it unfolds in a case involving Fonati Koffa and 4 lawmakers.
Okay, Fabin, so I will be out here for you to give us updates once you return from the court. We expect a lot. Or while you're there, you can keep updating us. We'll also update our followers from out here. Thank you very much.
He's one of the lawyers representing Fonati Koffa.
Sure. So he's already on his way to the court for what it looks like. It appears we got to let you go now. Thank you very much. That's my colleague Fabian Koya there, bringing you up to speed as it relates to new developments involving the Capitol building arson case. 4 lawmakers are expected here today as their legal counsels are expected to also defend themselves against the prosecuting arm's request to challenge the bill that was filed just the other day that made the lawmakers to be freed or to be bailed from the Monrovia Central Prison just a few Sundays back. So today, as you can see, we're here at the grounds of the Capitol to bring you the happenings as it relates to this new development into the case. Of course, the actual hearings into this case now, as it has been transferred to Criminal Court A, was being expected at around the opening of the August term of court. But again, you heard it from our colleague Fabian Koya. These are all preliminary hearings that will be taking place. She also made mention that there is an indictment that's expected to be drawn out by the prosecuting arm that was made public the other day by the Solicitor General when we spoke to him here at the Temple of Justice. So this morning we're here to show you the happenings, to bring you the happenings. You're looking at the environment, what the ambience looks like currently. We just saw the arrival of Councillor Fonati Koffa, a former House Speaker and Grand Crew County lawmaker. We are yet to see Dixon Sibu and Jacob Dibri of Grand Julia County. Priscilla Cooper is undertaking a separate trial as it relates to the case. So we've not heard much from her end. But it's also obvious that her case might be transferred now to Criminal Court A also, just like the rest of our colleagues who are being charged by the government for the Capitol building arson attack or alleged arson attack on December 18 up Capitol building. So wherever you're watching and following us home, we'd like to say thanks for following and thanks for watching. We'll stay here at Capitol building this morning to show you the happenings and bring you more details as it relates to this case. Honorable Abu Banak Kamara on the standby waiting now probably to go to the court. His colleagues have already made their way in there. Councillor Fonati Koffa has already made his way in there. We're yet to see this in Sibo. But we've seen the lawyers or the legal counsel representing the 4 lawmakers. Councillor Massacre, he's already gone in. And we're told government lawyers are already in court, are waiting now to have this particular hearing or the challenge of the bill that was filed to take place this morning. My name is Anthony Williams. We'll rejoin you once we have sufficient detail as it relates to the case. You can stay with us and keep watching LNTV. So we're seeing more legal minds arriving here at the Temple of Justice. Come to think of it, this place is the building that defines Liberia's judicial authority. And so come to think of it, everyone that's involved with law enforcement or the law, legal proceedings are always here at the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Law students, of course, from the University of Liberia or the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law are always here debating the legal issues on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. So you expect to see more of that here. But this is what the ambience of the Temple of Justice looks like. We are still waiting to see the arrival of our lawmaker Dixon Sibo. He's yet to arrive as it relates to this case, but we've been told that the bond is expected to be challenged today by prosecution, which is obviously another issue that has some level of controversy surrounding it as it relates to the conversation. Obviously, the question has always been asked as to why, or the question is being asked as to why the bond wasn't challenged when it was being presented, which made the lawmakers to be released from the Monrovia Central Prison, but now as we speak, it's today that's happening. We've been told that the government lawyers will be challenging the bond that released the lawmakers from the Monrovia Central Prison today. That's Honorable Abu Bana Kamara. He's now making his way into the court. I guess he's making his way now into the court. Criminal Court A. The location has changed. Just the other day we were here at the Magisterial Court, the City Court, but now the location has changed. They will now be going into the Criminal Court A itself. The ground looks quiet basically from what we're looking at, but we are waiting to see more action from the probably the arrival of the rest of the lawmakers, or another thing that could happen could be for the fact that their legal counsels are here representing them. We probably might not be able to see them. But come to think of it, once a NA-XA Republica has been placed, a NA-XA Republica being placed on these lawmakers from traveling from the country obviously means they will obviously have to make themselves available at all times once requested by the court to be present here and follow the proceedings or observe whatever proceedings they might be called for. Like in the case of this morning's arrival or the breaking news, the prosecuting lawyers are resisting the bond that was filed that released the lawmakers from the Monrovia Central Prison. So we are seeing them now going into Criminal Court A to have a brief hearing regarding the opposing arm, according to what we've gathered. My colleague Fabien Kuya was here and she brought all of the details, so we are waiting once she goes in there and observe what will transpire today in there regarding the issue of the bond being resisted by prosecuting lawyers. Then she can bring out all of the development. But as it stands, the grounds of the Capitol, the Temple of Justice. Speaking of Capitol, we're here regarding the Capitol building arson attack. So So wherever you're watching us from, we'd like to say thanks for watching. We'll rejoin you once we get sufficient action as it relates to this case. But for now, the lawmakers have already made their way into criminal court A for the prosecuting process. One second, I want to see something. It's like probably because of the sound. My God. And also, just for a quick confirmation for those of you who are watching us, kindly respond to us in the comment section if there are any issues regarding sound. If there are any issues regarding sound, kindly tell us in the comment section. Just to make a quick observation, I guess I should grab another phone and verify that quickly. But basically, guys, this is what the Temple of Justice looks like. So we got breaking news, fresh information that the prosecuting lawyers today will challenge the bill that was filed, the bond that released the lawmakers from the Monrovia Central Prison. So this is why we're here this morning. We are being told that the prosecuting lawyers of the government lawyers, if we can make it that simple, are challenging the bond that released the lawmakers from the Monrovia Central Prison just the other Sunday. I mean, that particular day was a day of action. You know what it's like. Once the lawmakers were taken from the Monrovia Central Prison, there were parades in the streets, partisans, sympathizers followed Councillor Fonati Koffa and the rest of the lawmakers at the CDC party headquarters, as this has Councillor Koffa being a key stalwart of the former ruling CDC. So guys, before we go, let's just, we're not going actually, but before we end this video, since it's been a while now, we will just run you through. How are you, ma'am? Good morning, good morning, Councillor. How are you this morning?
I think it's good afternoon now.
Yes,
right?
yes, obviously it's past 12. It's good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you care to hold one of my mics?
Hey man, every time I come to do my work, you're gonna put me on TV.
I know, it's quite interesting.
LNTV,
Liberia National Television.
Oh, that from where EFBC?
Yeah. It's nice having you.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning, prosecuting lawyers are challenging the bill that released the 4 lawmakers from the Monrovia Central Prison just the other day. Do you have a concern regarding that?
That's the law, so let them go, let the law take its place.
Okay.
As former chairman of the Grievance and Ethics Committee that investigated unethical conduct of lawyers, I know when this case is sub judice, we should just relax and see how the law goes.
Okay.
So, and that was you the only EFBC people here today. What happened?
No, we've been here a while. We've been here. I mean, since this case started, we've been coming to cover.
Yeah. We just come. If you saw me, I'm just coming.
Sure.
Maserado County Bar, the president, the secretary, I'm as advisor. We just coming. We had an appointment with the Lord Mayor of the city.
Okay.
And that's why I'm coming now. I'm going to my probate court case. Every time I come probate court, but that's it.
Okay.
EFBC, I remember when EFBC was right here to Information Ministry.
Yeah, back
the late Charles Brown. And them were you know what? Buya, Alahaji Kroma, and Morris Dukley. They were cadets going to college and working with Kesserly, Dr. Kesserly, who I served under that 1976. I work at the Ministry of information. I was the coordinator, expediter.
Oh, really?
You could get us check start from the morning, and by the afternoon, I've been to finance and come back, cash a check for them to go. So we've been around long.
Yeah, you've been around.
And that's what we earn. When we're talking, y'all learn.
Okay.
Because y'all want to talk simply because y'all got a phone card and y'all just, oh mom. Get a sense. I learned. I got experience, then I talk.
Okay. So speaking of learning, especially with this high-profile case of involved lawmakers on the Capitol building arson case, what do you make about the process? And you could generally speak about Liberia judicial system too. Are we observing the laws of our country? Are we practicing justice?
Do you know I'm a signer of the 1986 Constitution?
Sure, ma'am.
There were only 3 women to 56 men. And I was also, after that, the RNA member. So you talk about experience, and I just told you that the law takes its course. If the people do something that's wrong, the Supreme Court, the final arbiter. After the Supreme Court, you only go to court now.
Sure. Okay, ma'am. Thanks for talking to me.
No, I'm not your mammy. Can't even think that you can't even buy her 2 for 5 like myself with the money you're making.
Thank you very much,
so
Council.
Councilor Boo.
Thank you, Council.
Bye, Reverend Dr. Councilor, earning my title.
Thank you very much, Council. Thanks for talking to me.
Bye.
Councilor Pierre Brown Boo there. She's very comical, but again, she's way too much experience. We just saw Dixon Tebow arriving. He's in a hurry making his way in there. So guys, I would like to bring this video to an end quickly. We have another event that we might jump to in the next few minutes, but we'd like to say thanks for following us. We'll rejoin you once we have new development in this case. But while we're here, we are being told that our prosecuting lawyers are challenging the bond that freed or that made the lawmakers that are charged with the Capitol building arson case to be released on the Monrovia Central Prison the other day. My colleague Fabi Kuya, once she's back, will bring us more details. I'm Anthony Williams.